Good morning. I'm in the garden. It's overcast, but it's not raining, and I'm going to do a little bit of pruning and tidying up. This is a rose bush, nasty thing with thorns on, but what it has given me through the year is some beautiful flowers, but of course it's that time of year when they've finished pretty much, and the bush itself needs tidying up. Now, I've already been butchering and hacking at this bush here and there to give it the shape I want it to have next year, but it seems a terrible waste just to cut the wood off. And so what I'm going to do is cut the stuff off that I want off the plant, and then I'm going to use those bits to make cuttings, which is what I've always called two-chance gardening. They can grow or they needn't. And as I said before, I don't really know what I'm doing, but you know, we'll give it a bash. So let's find a spot on this piece where I think I want to cut it. I think I want to cut it. Now there's a leaf node there which faces outwards, so I'm going to cut it above that so that next year the growth will come out away from the middle of the bush. So I'll just chonk that off, like so. Now I'm going to go to my temporary bench and do some stuff. Now, my dad, who taught me pretty much everything I know, never grew roses because they're nasty. They've got these thorns. I know you all know that, but you know, they are quite nasty, and that's why he never grew them, and that's why I haven't got a clue what I'm doing. But let's have a look at this piece. We're going to take the dead flower head off. We don't want that on there, so that's quite easy. We'll just chop that off, and then we're going to look for bits that look like they might grow. I'm going to turn the camera off and put it down and cut some pieces, but what I'm looking for is places where there's going to be growth. So we've got leaf nodes. So I'm going to cut below one and above one, and then below one and above one. Okay, well that's given me three pieces. Then I'm going to wound the stems. Just going to run some slots into them. Okay, well that's that bit of the job done. Now what I'm putting them into, I've filled the bottom of the pot with straightforward compost, then about halfway down a mixture of compost and sand and grit, and I've topped it off with some compost, and I'm going to dib 3 holes in it. 1, this is just to prove I can count, 2, 3, and we'll pop the cuttings in. Like so, and then we're going to firm the compost so there's no air around it. Now, I don't know if this is going to work or not. Next year I'll tell you. So sorry folks, you're going to have to wait till next year to see if this works. If it works, what will happen is these little shoots will shoot, roots will grow out of the bottom, and I'll have 3 rose plants that will give me a nice fragrant rose. If it doesn't work, I'll have some compost to chuck on the garden and 3 dead twigs. We'll see.